Okay. So, my lord, we're doing number 2. You want me to talk about what just happened? Alright, so we were... How much you want to get into? The whole thing? After we got back from recording that last video? Because we're doing the same thing, right? I mean, we're not actually publishing anything until next week. Because I got that message from Freya Ray. Freya Ray dropped another video, and it was... The message was, you're trying too hard. Take a couple days off. Okay? Which is exactly what you've been telling me. Take a couple days off, fuck it. This week's Omer is HUD, which is humility. Stop fucking trying, stop doing stuff. Practice modesty for a little bit. As in, don't go on social media. Don't be posting no fucking videos. Record them. Go ahead, fucking record them. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't post anything. Just make believe that, like... Make believe you don't even exist. Alright. I like that idea. This fucking guy. Well... Yeah, what happened? I remember... I'm trying to remember today. I was going to go that way, but I want to go this way. We got up. I finished... I want to go that way. I finished up chapter 49 of Rabbi Zalman's Tanya, which is exciting because part 1 is 53 chapters long. And I'm about 3 days ahead of the rest of the Chabad students that are keeping up with this year's Tanya cycle. How's it going? Oh my God. Oh my God, I love Tanya. I'm a natural Hasid. And the fucking thing is, I'm not surprised by that at all. I have no Chabad Jews in my family. I don't have any Jews in my family. And if there are Jews in my family, they were forced converts, so I don't even know. And anybody that would have been on that side with any... No, I wouldn't... They're all dead. Because it comes from my father's side, but my father's dead, his mother's dead, his father's been dead since the 60s, so it's not like I can just call anybody up and say, what the hell's going on? But that's pretty exciting. I know that if we dial back the clock 7 years, oh my God. Hashem, if we dial back the clock 7 years, and if we dial back the clock 7 years, because right now, I'm in the house by myself. Today's the 15th. So April and Des, they've been gone for a week. I'm trying to think of what I did this week 7 years ago. I remember some things. I know the day that she left, which was May 7th. Oh, it's been 8 days. But it's been 7 days that I've been waking up alone. How about that? In 2018. But I know the day she left was the day I went food shopping for the first time by myself, which was like a fucking blessing. I think at this point I started juicing, right? I started like that raw diet. And I stopped ordering Chinese food. I stopped ordering all the food. I tried eating healthy. This was a good time. I remember. I don't know, there's a part of me now, when I think about it, I'm like, fuck, I wonder if she wanted me to chase after her. Because my ex-wife, when she left, she went to go live with her mother, who was right down the street, but I remember we were talking before she left. I said, why don't we just take a year off? That's it. And then we'll reconvene in 1 year and see where we're at. But that was it. I remember she was doing the I like to say she was doing the walk of shame back to her mother's house, but at the same time, you left on your own, baby doll. I didn't tell you to leave. You left on your own. Or she told you to. But then after she left, like, I started putting the house back together. Started cleaning the house, did all the food shopping. I started changing my diet. I started going on, like, I didn't have a bike. My bike broke, but my son didn't use his bike, so I started taking his bike around the neighborhood. After I get home from work, I do some push-ups, some sit-ups, take the bike around for a couple laps. I think I was killing it for a while, but I think it was in like the first week or two where I got the juicer, the little bullet. But if we dial back to that point and say, yo, all that shit that you're working on right now, you're gonna be you're gonna find out. Not only are you gonna find out you're a Jew, which I fucking knew. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. I fucking said it. But I know Chabad. Like that's the fucking coolest thing. I have natural inclination. I'm a natural with Hasidic Judaism. Fucking love that. Right, Tanya. So, well, you know, at the end of chapter 49, Rabbi Zalman is getting into the blessings before the Shema prayer. I remember I was cranky last night, and when I was going through the portions I was working on, I started getting like, I don't have much faith in people, especially religious people, especially religious Jews. And I remember just thinking, like, this is all bullshit. This is all fucking bullshit. God doesn't give a shit if you're doing your prayers. But then I remember, like, it's not all bullshit. Some of it's necessary because, God forbid, my other brothers and sisters Jews didn't do exactly what they did. Well, I don't think it could have been any other way. It's not like, well, a good thing they did that. It's not. I have to try to get out of that mentality that, well, if it didn't work out that way, well, it did work out that way. And it worked out that way because that's the way it was supposed to work out. It's not a matter of, well, what if this, what if that. No, that's just the way it is. If it wasn't supposed to be that way, it wouldn't have been that way. No, but in today's portion, when he was going through the blessings, it hit me because he was talking about how the appropriate relationship between the Jew and you, my Lord, is that we have to, there can't be nothing in the way. Which I know that, like that's obvious, but I never saw anyone write it before. And he even goes so far as to say money too. I was really impressed by that. He said not money, not a wife, not your kid, not friends, not your stuff. None of these things matter. And I remember thinking, I'm like, oh, this guy's got some balls saying that because that philosophy, that mentality, shit, I ain't seen nobody like that before. I mean, my Lord, when I gave up my old life, I gave it up for me. I didn't give it up for you. I did give it up for you. I just didn't know that I was giving it up for you until only recently. And that was, I suppose, what was getting me with Rabbi Zalman's writing. Because I started thinking, he's making it seem like a choice. And I don't know if you can. I don't know. I really don't. I thought it was a choice back then. No, I didn't even think it was a choice back then because I didn't tell anyone to leave. Like everything that was predicated, everything that was predicable of my wife and my son leaving was so completely out of my hands. I tried taking credit for it. I did. And in a sense, I could see how I had a hand in it, but in the bigger picture, in the immediate moment, like if we just look at that 24-hour period, yeah. But all of the things that 24-hour period was predicated on, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. I sure as fuck didn't do that. It's just the chain of events that took place is like, okay. Anything I did do was based on things that I had no power over. And I remember because I had a plan of how I was going to approach that day. And it worked. Phase 1 of the plan worked, but then it fell apart right after that, so. I know that the worst case scenario was the case scenario that played out, but something I was saying to my mom earlier was worst case scenario is actually best case scenario. Anytime you can think back to a worst case scenario in your life, like, oh my God, that was the worst thing ever. Like that was actually the best thing. If it was anything different, you'd be in a lot worse place than you're at. You should actually be grateful that it happened exactly the way that it did. Otherwise you'd be really fucking sorry. But that's why it had to happen that way. Because there was no other way for it to happen. It's like you can't do anything about it. Like, oh, I should have did that. I should have that. No, you shouldn't have. You should have did it exactly the way that you did. The way that you did was the best way to do it. And maybe one day you'll see it, maybe one day you won't. But and it's not even just that whole perspective of, well, you can't change nothing. The past is written. There's that, yeah, but at the same time, it was the best thing to happen. As shitty as it is, I mean, I got those. How you doing, man? Oh yeah, I have more than my fair share of those experiences where it's like, I wish I would have zigged instead of zagged. I wish I would have went left instead of right. I wish I would have stopped when I went. Wish I would have advanced when I should have retired. You know? But I mean, say don't dwell on it. No, dwell on it. Yeah, dwell on it. Yeah, dwell on it. Yeah, dwell on it until finally you come to the realization, no, that was the best case scenario. What the fuck am I talking about? What the hell am I upset about? Because eventually you sit there and you think about something long enough, you sit there and you brain fuck something for long enough, you sit there and overthink something for long enough, eventually you realize, no, I'm not overthinking this. I'm thinking about this literally as much as I'm supposed to be thinking about it. Because what's the opposite of overthinking? It's underthinking. That's supposed to be a rhetorical question, but I notice that sometimes people, when I say that, I've been in a situation where like there's someone like right in front of my face and I'll say that. And I'll ask that question like, what's the opposite of underthinking? And they just look at me kind of like, they're waiting for me to say something. It's underthinking. The opposite of over is under. It's supposed to be obvious, but sometimes I think it's a little too obvious. What's that, man? The opposite of overthinking is underthinking. The opposite of the just right. Well, I don't know. It's just right. How would you know that you put just the right amount of thought into something? Well, you figured it out. You just came to the conclusion that I came to, which is, oh, no, that was the best thing ever. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad it happened exactly the way that it happened. What the fuck are you out of your mind? If it didn't happen exactly the way that it happened, then all the other shit that happened after it wouldn't have happened. If all that stuff didn't happen exactly the way that it happened, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. What are you doing right now? I'm talking to you. Which is what I was saying before. Is if we dial back the clock 7 years and tell Derek then, you're going to be a Hasidic master. You're going to be an Hasidic master in less than a decade. Go you. I'd be so happy. I mean, I probably... 7 years? I mean, if you told me 7 years, I probably would have said, April, I sure... Maybe you don't have to leave. Maybe we can work this out. Yeah, you know, it's reminded me of Exodus. You tell Moses that he's going to lead the people out of Israel, out of Egypt, but you didn't say shit about the 40 years of wandering in the desert. You left that part out. Yeah. What? Yeah. What would he have said then? You're gonna lead my people out of Egypt, but within 2 years, you guys are gonna fuck up so bad. I'm gonna put another 40 years onto your sentence. What? Yeah, I don't know about all that. Speaking of my ex-wife. Right, and then what else happened today? So we did that with Tanya. But what was so important about that? Because I remember having this. I remember having a big breakthrough. Wait. I remember having this big breakthrough of moving the park trolls. I remember having some big breakthrough. Oh, right, because we were talking about detaching from all physical stuff. People, money, wife, kids, all for you. And I think I'm glad. I mean, obviously, it had to happen exactly the way that it did. Because had I said, hey, I'm going on a journey to find God. I remember texting April going, I found God, by the way. But I didn't know exactly what that meant. It'd be another 5.5 years before I read the Bible. I find it so funny. I'm talking to my mother today. We were hanging out. And we were talking a lot about this. She thinks I'm being called to be a priest. But I don't know if that's exactly it. She might. She knows something's going on. She doesn't know the full extent of it, though. I try to explain it, but I can only explain it so far because I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So I can't just say it's this or that. I'm being called to something that she recognizes. But we were talking for hours, and we were talking about spirituality and the Bible, religion, and I can't help but laugh because this is like literally all I know. I can relate anything in life back to Torah. I find some kind of answer to it in Torah. But not just the Torah in the Old Testament, but also Rabbi Jesus' Torah too. Because he teaches Torah in a completely different way than the rabbis do. But what was it with Tanya today that got me all worked up? It was about letting go of everything, but Kim was coming up a lot. She fucking comes up a lot constantly, and I remember last night when I was trying to go to bed, we were getting into this because I don't. What? Well, I'm getting tired of me saying the same shit. That's what I'm getting tired of. Me saying, oh, I don't know what she's in my head for. I know what she's in my head for. I'm pretty fucking sure. My lord, I'm pretty sure that we're together without actually being together, and I don't understand. We're not supposed to understand. I know that. I know. It's all supposed to be a mystery. The mystery of faith. But I feel weird in saying that. We don't even talk. But if our experiences are anything similar, then she's either like suppressing any, and God, that poor girl. Well, she's got to work with my brother every single day, so I have to imagine that every time she sees my brother, she thinks of me. But I don't feel that bad for her because every time I see my brother, I think of her. But there's also things of hers in the house, in my bed. So I can't necessarily not think about her. And even when I get away from the house, she's still there. Like, she's there now. And when Rabbi Zalman was talking about letting go of everything, I got this lingering Kim on me. And I'm like, I'm trying to... Hashem, I want to give her up for you, just like I did with everything else in my life. That's what I'm saying. Like, take that part of me and give it to somebody else. This way, all of that wasted thought that's going towards her, I can put it towards you and we can do something even bigger than what we're doing now. I don't know what. I don't know exactly what that would look like. Like, what if we took all those thoughts about Kim and all those thoughts and those feelings and we redirected it towards something else? But I don't know how. I feel like I'm not holding on. Like, I feel pretty fucking confident that I'm not holding on to anything. So I remember having this discussion with the apparition of her in my head last night going, yo, and I kept on hearing her say, just let me go, just let me go. It's too late for me. All right, go, leave me the fuck alone, get the fuck out of my head. I'm not the one, I didn't put my hands on, I'm not fucking holding on to nothing. You're the crazy motherfucker who got my journal. Ain't nobody told you to hold on to that thing for so long. As a matter of fact, what I said to you was, oh, can I get this off my chest? What I fucking said to you was, here, read it. Oh, I didn't even say that. I said, would you be interested in reading my book? 1,000 times yes. All right. And I said, I'm reluctant to fucking give this to you because this is the only one. And as long as you have this thing, you work for the Toxic Order, LLC, where the 6s in LLC are silent. And he said, yes, I agree. Because you fucking airhead, you fucking just saying yes to anything. Like, I don't, what? I thought you gave it to me. I gave it to you to fucking read it. Give it back to me so I can get you the fuck out of my head. God, Hashem, I fucking hope that I'm in her head as much as she's in mine, because that would tell me that it's because she needs to keep that fucking artifact. What was that thing? Like, you're not supposed to give a girl a hoodie, right? I read that somewhere. If you give a girl a hoodie, you're gonna end up breaking up with her and she's gonna keep your hoodie. Oh shit. Never give girls anything because they can take your shit. And then you're gonna want it back, and they're gonna, what do you thought it was mine? It's like a fucking trophy to them. It's fucking weird. Hey, it's like 4 times for that thing back. Oh, you can come and get it. Come and get it? What do you mean come and get it? I don't have a fucking car. I work with my fucking brother every fucking day. Just bring the fucking thing to your job and hand it to him. He'll bring it home to me. But you gotta fucking keep this thing like it's a fucking, like it's gonna save your life. It's not that. It's not that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's, well, you know, I mean, that's part of the thought that I've had is maybe that's why she has it. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, at this point, I mean, last year I fucking rewrote the thing. Luckily, I was smart. In 2019, in the beginning of 2019, end of 2018, the first two books, I took pictures of every single page and I uploaded it to Dropbox. And last year I was like, you know what, I can't, because it like irks me that she's got this book of mine. But what I ended up doing was I ended up rewriting it because I had backed it up on fucking Dropbox. Thank God. Thank you, God. I mean, granted, she's got the original and it's got all my notes in there, but I don't really need that shit anymore. I mean, all the notes are just my own commentary on my own life. Even though what was it? We talked 2 months ago, and she still hadn't fucking read the goddamn thing. What are you doing with it? I don't know. I got this weird feeling like she's got it like next to her bed, and she just sleeps next to it. It's like a comfort blanket. If you need me as a comfort blanket, I can be a fucking comfort blanket, but I mean, the goddamn book. Not even. And you know, Hashem, this isn't normal either, because I'm not normally this cranky, but, well, cranky with her. I am this cranky with her because it's like, why are you still in my head? I mean, if it really came down to it, and this human being is the human being that you designated for me to be with, and I'm sighing. There was a time where I went, oh my God, Miss Kim. But at this point, my Lord, I'm like literally, I'm sighing, going, ugh, fuck. Like it almost feels like a punishment, because I can sense her. I can literally sense her. And I can feel her thoughts, what I think are her thoughts. They might not actually be her thoughts, but it's what I sense. And I have enough experience with her specifically that typically when I'm thinking about her, it's usually in the right zone, because she says or does something that confirms everything. Like it's been a while, but most recently over the past God threw me off my fucking concentration. Like, it's just been, I've been feeling an incoming message coming soon. But what's getting in the way is another man. Because I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm tired of dealing with other people's boyfriends or other people's girlfriends, other people's wives. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. I just have a friend. She's married, and I didn't like the idea that I had a friend that was married. I mean, her and her husband, they had their own thing going on, but I just don't like being involved in shit like that. Another friend. Was seeing some guy, and it's messing me one day. I don't mind if I start flirting with you. But no. You just tell me about how you slept with this guy, and now you tell me that you're gonna flirt with me? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, your mind. Once I hear something about another man, it's like, all right, move along. Get out of here. I'm, hey, I know how great I am. But what's that Lotto song? Hey, yo, bitch, I ain't the side, I ain't the main, I the only bitch you entertain. It's like I don't like to play like that. And I remember the reason I had to cut Miss Kim off in the first place was, and she's got me on a fucking leash. Meanwhile, she's going out with this dude, she's going out with that dude, she's texting this dude. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm at Dory Mouse. And I know it was a wild idea. It was a crazy idea. She was drunk and I was high on coffee. We started telling each other's feelings for each other. And the next day she texted me about how she slept over her boyfriend's house. They broke up, pouring out all the feelings at me. And then text me the next day. I slept over his house. We were watching rom-coms. Well, I thought last night we were literally just talking about being boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? Long distance boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't understand. I mean, I recognized she was drunk as hell when it was happening, so I was just going along with it. But the next morning I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what happens. And then I got that text message. I'm like, oh my God, that like hurt my feelings. That like literally hurt my feelings. I mean, I have trust issues as it is. I got serious trust issues. I got trust issues and I'm dealing with women. I deal with women who have trust issues and then they do the thing. Like, what? What are you doing? But again, these aren't Jewish women. These aren't good Christian. These aren't good godly women. I was about to say Christian women. What are you out of your mind? I wouldn't fucking touch a Christian woman with a fucking 10-foot pole. My mother is really the only Catholic that I'll tolerate. And I got a collection of Rabbi Jesus memorabilia growing. I got Rabbi Jesus socks. Well, my mother got them for me. My mother got me Rabbi Jesus socks. She got me a Rabbi Jesus bendable figurine. Her friend for the church just gave me some rosaries. I'm a Jew. I don't worship Jesus. I don't even recognize him as God. He's a rabbi. He's just another Jew. He is no more a Messiah than me. He's no less of a Messiah than me. I will never, ever, Lord, I will never put anyone between you and me. That's what Catholicism is all about, putting Jesus between you and God. People want to call him God. That's what I see. You're calling Jesus God. You're putting Jesus between you and God. Absolutely not. Jesus gets to talk. Jesus talks directly to God. Why the fuck can't I? Yeah, get out of here. Thank you, Hashem. I love you too. Where's the part of me that's holding on to her? I know where you are, you motherfucker. 6 years ago, we're right there. We're right there. Because it was right around this time, 6 years ago. Because that was when I met her. And you know, Aristotle just said it too. How did he put it? Hold on, let's get my Aristotle book. Which book was that in? Prior Analytics, book 2. It was right around the end. He was syllogizing. Hey. Oh man, I don't feel like losing my spot. God damn it. Hold on, I got three. Just in case something like this happens. Because one copy of the complete works of Aristotle is not enough. I gotta have 3. This way I don't lose my place in the other 2, just in case I have to do something like this. Come on. Well, I like the way he put it. Extremities. I think it was in chapter 26. Well, we were talking about love. And he made I love the way he put it. Objection. What? Come on, man. I don't feel like looking all... Alright. Let's see. Let's see if this is it. I think this is it. A probability and a sign are not identical, but a probability is a generally approved proposition. What men know to happen or not to happen, to be or not to be, for the most part, thus and thus, is a probability. E.g., the envious hate, the beloved show affection. A sign means a demonstrative proposition, necessary or generally approved, for anything such that when it is, another thing is. Or when it has come into being, the other has come into being. This is not... Milk. Oh, man. Well, why don't you just use your... Man, I got it all worked up for nothing. No, what he said was... I don't even know if this is actually a thing. I know he was just making an example of a syllogism, but he said that the love that we have for something or someone comes from the cause of the love, not for any other particular reason. And I'm trying to think what caused me to fall into this attachment with this woman. And I think back to the first time I met her, and it was just, she's petite. Like, she doesn't have, my lord, I'm just saying, based off my own, she doesn't have a personality. I really, like, I don't know if I ever actually enjoyed talking to her. I like looking at her. But I mean, went out that, I mean, it's not like, well, I'm thinking about, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about those times that we went out and we were talking, and I do enjoy talking to her, I think, but I can't necessarily think of a time that we actually had a very enthralling conversation about really anything. I mean, everything I say is like magic, but it's not her, it's me. Maybe it's because... Does that make sense? All right, that makes sense. I like this train of thought. What am I thinking? What I'm thinking is... The only thing I like about her is the way I feel about myself when I think about her. I mean, I'm not entirely against that idea. I mean, it doesn't not make sense. It does. It's not you that I love. It's me. I'm in love with myself. But I can't love me the way that I can love a woman, so you kind of imprint it on me. I don't know. That doesn't, there's something missing in that equation. Is it a soul thing? This is one of them things that isn't in the Bible at all. There's no like birds and bee talk. You know what I mean? And the parts of the Bibles that do talk about it, it doesn't talk about like something like this. Why? We got lots of rules, we got lots of laws, what you can do this, don't do that, but you can't do this. But there's nothing about this. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? There's no walkthrough for this. I don't understand. And this is another point too, is it her that's in my head, or is it just the image of her that my Shekinah is like forming itself around? Why is my Shekinah wearing a Kim mask? And if that's not my Shekinah, then what the fuck is it? Like what the fuck is that? Like I don't think I can go to a priest ain't gonna help me. A rabbi I don't think can help me. And a mom, I'm on my own on this. All I have is you. Even my mother was telling me she had a conversation with Father Aldrin about my experience last week, and she says maybe you should talk to him, and he goes no, just tell him to read all the Bibles. What? The hell fucking kind of advice is that? Read all the fucking Bibles. What that means is I don't have I have no idea. I have no experience in that. And of course not. But you know what? I don't need a fucking priest to tell me about it because I know what happened. You and I know what happened because we talked about it. What is this? Why is everybody fucking walking right in my goddamn way? What is this? I feel myself getting annoyed, getting stressed, unruly. It's okay. Come on. So... yeah, I would really like to know what it is. How do we get rid of her? Or how do we change her? You know? Change her face, this way it's somebody else. Don't even fucking tell me that. How you doing? Right. I know, we were reading Tanya. Rabbi Solomon's going over the blessings for the Shema, and while he's explaining everything about letting go of everything, I realized that the only thing that I can't seem to let go of is this woman. And I don't know if it's me that's holding on. If I go to the root, if we go to the day that I met her, there's nothing beforehand. I had no idea, nothing. Until I walked into that store, I had no idea she even existed. What the fucking fuck? Sham. I don't like walking near people. Well, we're talking about shit. We're talking about my shit right now. I don't feel like I can't do that when people are around. Even with my headphones on. But if I'm not holding on, then obviously I'm holding on to something. Yeah? I'm holding on to an outcome. How about that? I'm holding on to an outcome. What outcome? I want her to be my future wife. That's what I want. And I don't know why. I want her eggs. That's the outcome that I'm married to. And it's not me. It's you. I'm thinking back to, yeah. So we have, oh fuck, that's right. I know it's happening. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I know it's happening. It's not a big deal. This is normal. I know what it is. Thank you. Why did you wait? Why did you wait till right now to remind me about that? Because I had to have that. All right. I totally forgot. It's not a big deal. It's totally normal at this point. It really is. Like, at this point, yeah, it's totally normal. I thought it was something else that it wasn't, but I got confused. That happens sometimes. I get confused. I forget what's real and what's not real. It's not that I forget what's real and not real. It's just that what's real also contains a little bit of what's not real, and what's not real also contains a little bit of what's real. So when I say I forget, it's like I steer too far to the left or I steer too far to the right. But the nice thing about that is that eventually, my Lord, you come through and you get me back on the narrow track and remind me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you too. No, what's going on? It's just, how do we explain it? We can explain it through astrology. We can explain it that way. Well, that's a language I understand. But the problem with that is I'm the only one who understands it the way that I understand it, because I taught myself how to understand it. So, well, try. Well, I decided what everything means. That's the point. that's what I'm getting at is when I learned the language of astrology, I'm the one who decided what means what, how it means by using the general terms. I defined everything the way that I wanted to define it, how it makes sense to me. So when I do astrology, I'm not doing astrology for anyone else. I just do it for myself. Like I can't even read for other people because I'm not reading for you. I'm reading for myself. I've tried it before, and it's too much effort in terms of reading someone's chart for them because I'm talking way over your head because I'm talking in my language, and it's like it's not worth your effort. It's not worth your time. Because one, you're not going to listen to anything I'm saying because you're not going to understand anything I'm saying. But then that's why I don't do it for anybody. I only do it for myself. So tomorrow over the next 24 hours, Venus is coming out of post shadow, which is 3 weeks after Mars just came out of post shadow. The post shadow is the third and final phase of a retrograde sequence. So when a planet goes retrograde, there's 3 phases to it. There's the pre-shadow, then there's the retrograde, and then there's the post-shadow. And I've explained this more than enough times. I don't need to do it again. Because I'm just explaining it to myself at this point, and I know it pretty goddamn well. But the retrograde sequences, they happen in very specific intervals over the period of years and decades and centuries that you can set your watch by it, essentially. So tomorrow's May 16th, and Venus is coming out of post shadow. If you did a little bit of research, you do a little bit of homework, what you'll find out is more than likely probably on May 16th. What's this year? 2025. Subtract 8 years? 2017. So May 16th, 2017. Venus was doing in the same exact spot. I mean, I don't have an internet access out here, but that's a good experiment that we should do. But I'm just going to say, just to be safe, in 2017, Venus was coming out of post shadow on this exact day. And then if we count back another 8 years, same thing. Now, if we count forward 8 years from today, then Venus is going to be doing the exact same thing that she's doing right now. So, which is coming out of post shadow. So, the pre-shadow began 15 weeks ago. Well, technically it was 14 and a half weeks ago. But once we get up to, what's tomorrow, Friday? On Monday is the third quarter moon in Aquarius. So if we count back 14 lunar weeks, that'll bring us to the Aquarius new moon, which is the first day of the Chinese New Year of the Hollywood Serpent. Hollywood, not Hollywood. Hollywood. So that was when Venus entered the pre-shadow, and I believe it was the Libra full moon when the retrograde started. I have it all written down. I just don't remember off the top of my head right now. But between those dates, the Aquarius new moon and the second Aquarius third quarter moon. So over the course of those 15 weeks, Venus did the pre-shadow, retrograde, and post-shadow. So that's coming out of post-shadow tomorrow. So the idea is, astrology sucks for reading the future. You don't ever want to, don't believe anybody who tells you that. That's not what it's used for. What it's good for is looking at the past and seeing how life situations seem to mirror those celestial alignments and progressions. So on Monday, on the third quarter moon, I have to do a full month review. Well, not a full month review, but I got to do a month review for what we've done so far for the month of Iyar. It's the second month of the Jewish calendar. It started on the last new moon. I don't know where the fuck everybody's been. Rosh Chodesh Iyar was on the Taurus new moon. So we had the first quarter moon in Leo. We had the week after, which I think was 6 and 7 Iyar. And then we had the full moon in Scorpio last week, which was on the 14th and or 15th and 15th of Iyar. And then we have on Monday, we have the third quarter moon in Aquarius. But it's actually the second third quarter moon in Aquarius, because the first third quarter moon in Aquarius was at like 0 degrees. It was at like 0 to 1 degrees of Taurus, while the sun was at 0 to 1 degrees Taurus. But then this month's lunar cycle is just a little bit over 30 days, so we got 2. There's one at the very beginning of the month of Taurus, and then there's one at the very end of the month, a Taurus season, which is about 30 days long. So how can it be over 30 days? That's not what I meant. What I meant is the cycle itself, the lunar cycle, was just a little under 30 days. So we got 2 of the same moon sequences, moon phases, in the same sign, in the same month. It's just like a supermoon. A supermoon is when you have 2 full moons in 1 month. This is 2 third quarter moons. Nobody gives a shit about the quarter moons. Everyone gives a shit about the new moons and the full moons. That's it. Nobody cares about the quarter moons. I do, though. So on the third quarter moon, I have to do a full month review where I go back to my journals last week and then 2 weeks ago. Well, you know what's funny is this isn't even going to be posted until that day. So it's not like, if you're reading this, I already did all the stuff. Everything that I'm talking about right now is already done. Why am I not allowed to post? Because I already said. This week, we're in week 5 of the Count of Omer. This is the week of Hud, humility. Humility does not mean posting videos, going into Facebook groups. Hey, the Messiah's here. The Messiah's here. No. We'll save that until next week. Next week is the week of Yesod. The week of Yesod, week 6. That's all about bonding and integration. Bonding and integration of everything that we've done and accomplished and achieved over the past weeks of the Count of Omer. The Count of Omer, I told you, we're in week 5. Today's day 5 of week 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're in day 5 of week 5. Officially, as of sunset tonight, Eastern Standard Time, it is officially the Hud of Hud. The humility of humility. If you're not a Kabbalist, you don't know what any of that means. You're not going to follow along with it. Or if you're not a Jew, you're not going to be able to follow along with any of this. What, Hashem, what, my Lord, King of Kings, God of my father and my father's fathers, Emperor of the Jews. Can you help me? I don't have internet access. Outside. Can you help me wrap my head around what the humility of humility is? Humility is the one I have the hardest time with. That's why you said to cut myself off. I need to recognize where my humility is itself humble. Not too humble, but just that in that Goldilocks zone. But again, if I think about like what we've been discussing with humility and HUD this whole time, it's about recognizing that you are the one who set everything up. Stop taking credit for shit. I didn't do nothing. Don't give me credit for nothing. Give credit to God. Well, God said that you can give credit to anyone that you want. Me, I'd be a fucking idiot asshole if I gave credit to anyone or anything other than God. I can't. I don't believe in free will. I believe that every single aspect of my life was pre-written, predestined. My future, there's nothing I can do today that's gonna change the future. Like, I don't have to fucking dance around and parade around and do anything. All I gotta do is just keep doing. When I feel your call, I just go do. Like right now. Like, we don't really. I don't want to say that we don't have to do this, because if we didn't have to do it, we wouldn't be doing it, but the humility of humility. Well, I owe it all to you. I wouldn't be as humble as I am if it wasn't for you. You, my Lord, humble me. I'm that humble. I'm so fucking humble that I give all the credit for all the things I do to God. Oh my God, that was the best sex I ever had. It wasn't me, God. I can only keep it up for as long as He wants me to keep it up for. But now this is coming to a line where if you're the one pulling the strings constantly on everything, at what point am I not even me? I'm just God's lackey. I just pick shit up and I put it down. I say the things. Right? Do you feel me? I know you feel me. You don't think I'm going overboard with this? A little bit. You think I'm going a little bit overboard? I could dial down the humility a little bit. What if I don't want to? Then I don't have to. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Is all I'm doing. Because I don't have anyone else to discuss this with. You know what I mean? I don't have a yeshiva. I don't have a rabbi. I don't have a fucking a Chabad house to go to. I ain't got nobody going, hey, can you enlighten me? No, get out of here. You want enlightenment, go ask God. Don't ask me. I'm just a guy. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. What were we talking about, by the way? Why we're not posting these things? All right. Right, we're not posting them right now. We're going to post them. It's just they're going private for a little bit, just for a couple days. Because Frey Ray, she gave me the advice that you gave. Well, she put it into more words. I was struggling with it, but I did do a good job at not doing anything last night. I didn't write the post in the group. I completely stayed off of Facebook all day today. And I plan on staying off of Facebook all day tomorrow and Shabbat and on Sunday. Well, Sunday, no, except for Sunday. I gotta go back. Because they're probably gonna think that doesn't matter what they think. So that was the plan that I heard, which was take the rest of the week off. Don't do anything. Don't do anything that you would consider work. Yeah, going on Facebook, that shit's work. I don't like it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be upset if I never went onto Facebook ever again. Because there's nothing, it's dead air. You know what I mean? Like, I used to enjoy doing it. I used to enjoy writing. But I feel like there's so many people watching me, but they don't say that they watch me, that it's just like, this is kind of creepy. This is like, it's like cringy. And not cringy for me, because last year, when we started writing on there, like going hard, I've been writing on there for years, but last year is when I started introducing Tor to everything. And the reason I even started doing it was because I could feel all the eyes on me, but nobody was saying nothing. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think anyone has the attention span to be able to read what I write. That's why when I do write, and when somebody does comment on one of my things, like I try to quiz them. I don't quiz them as in, hey, what's your favorite part? I should start doing that though, because Esther said something the other day. Oh, I read this, it was very entertaining. It wasn't supposed to be entertaining. What did you find entertaining about it? It should be a play? What are you talking about? Like ha-ha funny entertaining, or was it like thought-provoking? Both of those are wrong answers, by the way. Like, what are you even talking about? What did you get? What do you mean it was entertaining? What did you get from it? Why are you saying anything? Like, don't say nothing. You see, now that's where I'm fucked up. Because I get all crazy because I feel people watching it. I feel people reading I feel people reading my shit while I'm writing it. My lord, like that's how much stress I go through when I write on there, but that's why I do it. To get over and through the fear and the stress. But then if someone says something, then we got a fucking problem. Because now, what are you doing? I didn't write this for you to fucking read it. And I sure as shit didn't write this so that you can read it and then tell me something about it. I don't give a fuck. Go talk to yourself. Go talk to somebody else. Tell somebody else to read it and tell them do not fucking comment on it. Because I don't want to know your dumb thoughts. God. Oh, I'm thinking about Aldo. Oh my God, that fucking dude. This guy. Oh, we got something to say. What do you got to say now? Some kind of critique, and it's not even an intelligible one. It's what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is it just that you just like to fucking get me annoyed? I've known this fucking dude for 4 years on Facebook. Just shut the fuck up. Stop fucking commenting. Stop saying anything. You know too much. You know all the stuff. Everybody knows all the stuff. I was getting into a fucking internet argument, a fucking Facebook argument with a grandma over have you ever verified that the fucking Earth orbits the sun? Why am I arguing with a fucking grandma? Hashem, this lady should be in the kitchen making macaronis, making lasagna, doing grandma shit. Not fucking fighting with a fucking Jew on the internet over the geocentric versus heliocentric system. Get out of here, woman. What am I doing? And that other fucking jabroni. I'm 56 years old, by the way. And what the fuck does that mean? My soul's about 6,000. What do you want? In human years. Do I talk to people like that? No, I don't talk to people like that. That's why, right? That's why we got off there. Because you said, just stop. Because I could feel you. You know how you read in Exodus? You know in Exodus where Moses had to get in the way of God from wiping out the Israelites? You don't remember that part? Well, that's God and I, we play the reverse role. He's got to get in my way. Because I can't stand social media. I try to mind my own business. I just try to do my own thing. But then I feel like I have to fucking go into these fucking cesspool pit shithole groups and get myself fucking triggered and worked up. Why? Because I get off on the stress. And that's the fucked up part. It's because I get off on it. I get off on fucking stress. I get off on people telling me that I'm stupid. It's fucked up. But I don't get off in a sexual way. It's not like that. I get off in like more of a, like, ugh, that felt fucking good. This fucking piece of shit motherfucking monkey, this primate couldn't fucking bring me down. That's what I get off on. It's like, these fucking trolls, they can't fucking break me. That's what I love about it. But that's what I fucking hate about it, because I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired. But then, I think, what do you want respect for? People don't even know how to respect anyone. Especially not on the fucking internet. And where do you expect to buy respect from? Because that's how you get respect. You gotta buy it. You gotta have a bank account that's gotta... You have to be able to afford respect. Do I really think that way? Of course I do. I wouldn't have said it if I don't. And you know I'm not, you know what I'm fucking talking about better than I do. I'm just a monkey who says this shit, remember? You know, before we left, I was actually doing smart shit. I was working through chapter 7 of book 4 of Aristotle's Physics, and we're talking about the void, and what is the void, and what isn't the void. And I started to think about it this morning, because chapter 6 is all about trying to figure out the void too. What is it? And Aristotle gets it. He demonstrates more what other schools of thought on the void are, and I started to recognize that I don't necessarily disagree with either school of it, but I was thinking more expansive, which I was finally happy about, that Aristotle actually got into about, I think we're about a third of the way through chapter 7 right now. And he finally said, he didn't say it exactly the way I wanted him to say it, but he almost did. He almost did. He's so fucking close. So, the opponents of the void who say that the void don't exist, and even the ones who say that it does exist, basically the void is a place, because in book 4 of physics, of Aristotle's Physics, is dedicated to place. What is place? Is it a thing? Does it even exist? Like place, like literally, I'm standing in a place. But now I'm moving, and now I'm in a different place. You understand what I'm saying? Like place. Like coordinates. There's a 2,400-year-old argument, but it's not irrelevant. So when we're getting into the concept of the void, what is the void? The general understanding, the general consensus is that the void is a place that does not have a body in it. A body is anything tangible. something physical. Like that tree is in a place. But if we cut that tree down, can you see the tree? You see my arm? Can you see the tree? No? Right there? No, fuck it. So you gotta trust me, there's a fucking tree there. It's dark out. I don't know. But then the idea is we chop the tree down, and then that place where the tree was will now be void of the tree. It will be of empty space, and that's what the idea is. That void is empty space. But I kept on going down this rabbit hole in my head, going, yeah, but it's bigger than that. It's not just tangible. What about ignorance? Ignorance is like a void in your fucking mind. If we can agree that the void is a space that can be filled with something, then ignorance is that void in your mind that can be filled with knowledge. And it's continually said that the void is a place that contains a body. But what kind of body? Does it have to be a tangible body? Can it be an incorporeal body, like a body of knowledge, a body of, what's another body that we can think of? Let's take a book, for instance. Let's take Torah, the body of Torah. What's the body of Torah? The body of Torah would be the entire Torah, the form. The form, the nature, the form of it. The form, the intangible form that is the Torah. That's a body. That's a kind of body, in a sense. But, oh man, they're coming this way? No. So we can fill the void, the space in our mind, with the empty space in our mind with information, knowledge, the void in the soul, void of emotion. The soul needs to feed on some kind of emotions, and I think that's part of the Miss Kim thing too. Is my soul aches to feel that intimacy with another person, that it's actually taken on the form of this woman because it knows how the emotions that for some reason she triggers in me, so that it can actually feel. Okay, I can respect that. So it's not her, it's just the feeling that we have associated with her. That fairy tale fantasy, like love story thing, oh my God, my soul wants to feel that so badly that it actually started to fill it, or you started to fill it in. You're my soul. God is the soul of the soul. The higher soul, right? Is that making sense? The inner soul is the Shekinah, and then the higher soul is God. And the Shekinah is an aspect, a fraction, a fractal, a fragment of God. We've got an hour 22, 24. Okay. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the fuck out of that. I like, my lord, I can feel the fuck out of that. Thank you. See, now, communicating with God, like I'm doing, is not easy because if you could see, like I get fragments of things. I mean, there's times where it's real simple communication, but we're talking about something pretty complex right now. And that's another thing, a void. There's a void in my life. The wife void. Where did that come up? Tanya, give up on the wife and the child. I'm trying, but you keep putting it in my head. You tell me that my sperm is too, my DNA, my genetics are too perfect to be wasted. But I can't have sex with somebody until I'm married. Technically. But I have to procreate also. And I want to procreate with her. But why the fuck? What's so special about her that my body wants to procreate with her? You'll find out. Yeah. Good answer. Great answer. Great answer. That's very, very reassuring. Well, you know what? I would take it like this. If that is the case, if that's the case, because I don't like the idea of being so sure about anything. I do like, I think that being humble, the humility of humility, this is a good time for that to kick in. So, my Lord, what I would say is, any potential suitor, I would trust your judgment. That you wouldn't just set me up with some, what do you call it, a whore? Some tramp? No, someone with good genetics. Someone with good genetics that would mix well with my genetics. So that we can create an entity that is like, whoa. See, I'm of the opinion, I'm pretty sure that at this point, any future children that we may have together are going to be born with more emotional and intellectual capacity, more intelligence. They're going to be born smarter and more emotionally intelligent than the rest of humanity combined. That my sperm, my future children are actually going to save humanity, because the rest of the race, they're gonna end up wiping themselves out, and it's going to be my descendants that are going to be left over, because they're going to be smarter, they're going to be more spiritually and emotionally aware, more intellectually aware. They're going to have all the qualities of the next evolution of humanity. That's how I see it. That's the vision I keep seeing, is that we are the master race. We are the new master race. And then once you breed me, then the rest of humanity has become genetically inferior and redundant unto itself. And we won't need any more of them. Except for like labor. Don't think too much. Just pick the thing up and put the thing over there. Maybe we can take their names away and just give them numbers. 688-325. 688-321. Let's pick that up, put it over there. Yep. Now pick up that idiot and put that idiot back over there. Very good. Now go back to your hole. Is that humble? Time is... Ugh. This Mashak's a jerk off. Yeah. Do you just like get off on like making people feel bad about themselves? I didn't do nothing. My lord. Do you get off on making people feel stupid? I just say what you put in my mouth. So that's basically where we left off with the void. Oh, right. No, so what ended up happening was, I remember writing all day today, or writing earlier today, about, I just wanted this fucking guy, just say it. Just say ignorance, the void and ignorance. Say it. God damn it. Say it. But right before we left, and I think what was the inspiration, right? The inspiration for when we got out here, or before we came out here, was when Aristotle said, he says that the people, the general idea is that void is a place that holds on to tangible things, but what about the intangible? What if the void is an interval, a moment for where there is an absence of either sound or color? Thank you. I didn't go that hard. That was going a lot harder than what I thought. But that's implying that void is a place that not only can hold a physical body, but also an incorporeal body such as sound or color or light. Which I haven't even gotten onto his treatise on color. Oh, motherfucker, I'm going through the whole Aristotle's entire school. 8,000 pages this book is. It's a collection of all of his works. He's got one on color, he's got one on dreams, on the heavens, on the soul. Shit. I'm just fucking waiting until I get through all the logic stuff. As a matter of fact, my lord, what I would really like to do, what I really feel like I want to do, let's finish up chapter 7 of physics and just put it on hold. And just focus on posterior analytics so we can get the topics as soon as possible, so we can get the sophistical refutations as soon as possible, because once we're done with those three, then it's just whatever the fuck we want to do. We will have all of the logic that we will ever need. All of the logistical skills so that we can work through every single one of his books. Because what I noticed today in chapter 7 of book 4 of Aristotle's Physics is that he talked about syllogism. He didn't lay out a syllogism. He didn't actually map it out, but he said by ways of syllogism we can show that void is an empty space that would contain a body. Now, if you didn't know what a syllogism was, you wouldn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And I'm not talking about the bullshit syllogisms that if you type in Google, what's a syllogism? I'm talking about actually learning what a syllogism is by going through Prior Analytics book 1 and 2. Which, in my humblest of humble opinions, requires that one also, as prerequisite work through on interpretation after having completed categories, because categories leads into on interpretation, which leads into prior analytics, which goes directly into posterior analytics. And if you don't understand these concepts in his form, which aren't necessarily the same as what we call it, he's thinking of these things in more expansive ways, like a predicate. I don't necessarily know what a predicate is outside of what I've learned from Aristotle. In terms of like elementary school grammar, I have no idea what a fucking predicate is. I don't. I know that a predicate is that which can be predicated on a subject. But a predicable is that which can be predicated. Man is predicated on animal, but animal is predicable of man. That from which one thing comes. The doctor is a doctor's the doctor's expertise is predicated on his schooling, on his education, right? Predication. We're learning about predication, and that's what syllogism is all about. It's teaching us about how to explore and demonstrate the predication of terms and propositions. But he doesn't teach. I think when we learn about predicates in the first grade, we're learning it in English class. Grammar, which teaches us how to write, the proper way to write and express a thought. But Aristotelian grammar is completely different. It's a proper way to think. How to draw conclusions. And not just draw conclusions, but to extrapolate the primary principles of particular and or universal ideas and merge them with the primary or even secondary principles of another particular and or universal concept, thought, science, art. It's a lot of mental gymnastics, which people have a problem with mental gymnastics today. I noticed that, especially in those Facebook groups. There's a lot of fucking mental gymnastics you're doing. Yeah, what do you expect? You want me to be like you, where I just fucking parrot and repeat some shit that I read online? What, you got a problem that I can fucking think for myself? What the fuck is wrong with you? You got a goddamn head? But my thought is, let's, if we can, how do I put it? If we can finish all the logic stuff, and then move back on to physics, we'll be able to bang out 2 physics books at a time. Because I want to know everything that Aristotle has to say about everything. I want to know about everything that he has to say about everything, and then I want to expand on it even more, like I am. Well, in a world where everybody wants to tell you what to think, it's a rare commodity to be able to know how to think, to demonstrate that you know how to think. And what's like really fucked up is people do not respect people who know how to think. People only respect people who know what to think. And not even that. Yeah, well, no, that is that. I'm not interested in what to think, what's the right way to think. I don't give a fuck. Yes. I'm interested on how to think. Because the more that I'm learning, that you're guiding me down the path of learning how to think, the more that I'm starting to recognize is how fucking dumb everybody is. And it's not that I didn't already know that, but I'm seeing it in a different light. Because I'm starting to see the difference between human and animal. In terms of how animalistic people really are, just how gross. How just primitive people's minds are. And this is why when I go back, when I'm talking about like taking people's identities and names away and just giving them numbers, yeah, go ahead. I'm thinking back on my time working with Uncle Hugo. That Uncle Hugo, you didn't have a name. You had a number. That's how it should be. That's how I think it should be with people because, one, what are you doing? Like, you should, one, I'm not against the idea of not allowing people to breed anymore. Like, you have to, or controlled breeding, yes, controlled breeding. I start walking home. I feel like we're getting into like despotism. Before I turn into a fucking crazy tyrant. Yeah. Well, let's look at Torah. Everybody has a role. Everyone has a job. If you don't have a thing to do, what are you doing? What's your purpose? You don't even know what your purpose is. Everybody knows what their purpose is in Torah. In your kingdom, and I want to go back and I want to read Chronicles because I was kind of glancing at Chronicles, and it actually has like a really elaborate breakdown of some things I want to look at. Some governmental positions, treasury, officials, magistrates, and I want to see if there's like a breakdown of what those positions actually did. I was wondering why I haven't read Chronicles yet, but I was peeking at it this morning, and I kept on seeing little snippets that were interesting me because it was about the inner workings of the government. Why does the music stop? Just put that on loop. Yeah, it's not 30. I gotta pee. So what I'm trying to think. Oh, I don't believe in equality. I don't. I know that it's not a thing. I'm not equal to anyone. If anything, I'm equal to everyone else all at the same time. One of me is equal to everyone else. That's how I see it. I don't think there's much value to be found in humans. Well, I mean, first we need to determine who's actually human and who's an animal. Just like in Dune. Just like in Dune, where the Reverend Mother, she puts Paul to the Gamja bar to determine if he's an animal or a human. I think that's the thing that has to be done. And I think it's a little bit easier today because it's more like my experience so far, just based on social media, and I would say that social media is probably an accurate portrayal of who people really are. I don't believe it's a mask. I think that's where the mask comes off. So I would say that we can pretty much gauge that those people who don't serve you are more animal than they are human. So those people, we can put them in their own little category. We don't breed those. We got more than enough of them. Somehow the elite have shrunk in numbers and the general population has grown in number. We need to like kind of balance that out. I'm not saying that there's too many people. I'm just saying that there's too many of the wrong type of people. Like the average person, we don't need so many. What we need is above average people. We need more above average people. You understand? And I would even go so far as to say even less. Replace the below average people with the average people. Or even, is it possible to make average people into above average people? I don't know. I don't know. At what point is the adage, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Like, at what point does that come into play? Well, you know, here's a good way to do it. Thank you. Here's the best way. Here's the test. Can you sit? What does that smell? It smells delicious. It smells like hot dogs and relish. I don't know. Well, I'm wrong about everything. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. My Lord, I'm wrong. Help me be right. Not that quick. Let me be wrong for a little bit longer. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about everything. Like everything I want to be right about, I'm wrong about. I'm wrong about everything I don't want to be wrong about. I am wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about Miss Kim. I'm wrong about myself. I'm wrong about my family. I'm wrong about my friends. I'm wrong about people in general. I'm wrong about being a Jew. I'm wrong about Rabbi Jesus. I'm wrong about the religions. I'm wrong about Aristotle. I'm wrong about my hands are cold. I'm wrong about you. I'm just wrong about everything. But if I'm wrong about everything, then that means I'm also wrong about being wrong. So that's kind of where it gets fucked up. That's the one like loophole that I can't seem to get past. And even when I try to, you come through and then you're like, no, you're wrong about being wrong, bruh. Because only God is absolute, and there's no way that you can absolutely be wrong about everything. So you got to be right about something. All right. So I'll be wrong about everything except for you. I'm wrong about everything but you. So going back to, I can't take credit for nothing because I'm wrong about everything. But how long are you going to, how long can I be wrong about everything except for you? How long can I be wrong about everything else until finally just something like collapses? I don't know. I mean, we can't even get people to admit I could be wrong, let alone I am wrong. Nobody's capable of being wrong, so I have to be the one that has to be wrong about everything. But the nice thing about that is that having you as my guide, you're never wrong. You're always right. Which is comforting because I don't have to worry about that. That's like one of those things. Remember how I was saying about Miss Kim, and I'm like, if we can, all of that excess thought that goes to her, we can redirect it to something else. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't have to worry about what I need to get into the habit. I'm learning to get into the habit. I'm getting into the habit. I'm in the habit of not concerning myself about whether I'm right or wrong, Because as long as I'm saying the words that you put in my mouth, I can't be wrong. Because it's you saying it through me. Which, that's the job of a prophet. Right? Can we just say that I'm a prophet? I'm like a servant. I'm your servant. There's no other prophets but me. There's no other servants of God but me. I'm literally the only one. I know this. I know this because you tell me so. Because everyone else is a shyster, a huckster, some kind of charlatan. So your advice to me was be your own prophet, be your own Messiah. This way, no one can fool you. No one can bullshit you. Because if anyone claims to be a prophet or a Messiah, you just say, well, how? Because I already am. I'm already my own. I don't need you. So you can't be. And if you're not mine, then whose else aren't you? Because technically, if anyone claiming to be the prophet and or Messiah, that would mean that they're the prophet and or Messiah for everyone. But my defense is, if I am my own prophet and I am my own Messiah, then I don't need you. And if I don't need you, then nobody else needs you either. Right, my Lord? Hashem? Is that not the way? This is the way. I'm not the one that healed you. Your own faith did it. Don't worry about me. I'm good. You guys are all waiting for somebody to wipe your ass. You already have the toilet paper. What the hell are you doing? Mashiach now, Mashiach now. What the hell do you need Mashiach for? Yeah, you know the irony is. You know what the irony is, my Lord, is everyone wants Mashiach now, but once they get him, they're gonna be like, that's not what I wanted. Well, you wanted him. Here he is. What's the fucking problem now? You got what you asked for. You got a problem now? What happened to Mashiach now? Congratulations. You got your Mashiach. But now you don't want him? Oh, tough shit. Right, Hashem, is that not the way? Once they find out that it's me, they're gonna go, no. All right, well, we still got another couple hundred years. No, you don't. You don't. We're here. Time's up. Am I not wrong, my Lord? This is what you tell me. Time is up. We're here. We're there. Mashiach era has already started. But these are religious people. These are religious people that that got tricked into thinking some shit that's not true, so. Whoa, do you think... Well, my Lord, what I'm wondering is... Well, what I don't know. It seems like everybody is fucking somebody else. every group, every religion, every ideology. Everyone is fucking somebody else. Like in a bad way, leading down a bad path. Boy. Oh boy. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It just is what it is. Guys, it's so moist outside. I don't like it. What else were we doing? My lord, I don't feel like doing shit. I kind of want to... I started watching season 3 of White Lotus. I skipped season 2. I don't know what happened in season 2, but I don't think I need to know. The only reason I wanted to watch season 3 is because Walton Goggins. I love that dude. He's a fucking bad motherfucker. He's teaching me how to be a man, how to not give a fuck. And his lady friend in White Lotus, she kind of reminds me of Miss Kim. And Walter Goggins reminds me of me. I mean, I can't help the guy doesn't have my looks, but I don't know, but he's like everywhere right now. I keep seeing him, like when I go on the Facebook feed, I keep on seeing his face. I dig his hair. That guy's got fucking great hair. But I think I also got a huge crush on that lady that he's in the show with. Something about her teeth. I fucking love her teeth. I got a thing for teeth. You know, I'm thinking of that scene. Can we please get confirmation? Can we please get confirmation that my ex-wife got those Miley Cyrus teeth? Because I have a thing because she knows I love Miley Cyrus's teeth. I used to say, like, I got a huge crush on Miley Cyrus. And I love her teeth. I just love how full that they are. But I used to say to my ex-wife, like, I want to suck on her teeth. But a few years back, I got word that she got veneers. My ex. I got word that my ex got veneers, and it also got back to me from my mother that her teeth were like really big. Or I think my sister might have said that. She got big teeth. And so not too long ago, my ex-wife's vain as fuck. So a couple years ago, or maybe like a year and a half ago, I was feeling ballsy, so I messaged her on Facebook. I was like, yo, hey, this woman, she won't let me see my son. She won't let me see her talk to my son, but she'll show me her big ass teeth. I said, "Oh, I heard you got new teeth. I heard you got big teeth." Knows I love big teeth. I was like, can you send me a picture? I want to see them. Oh, she got herself all prettied up. Girlfriend got the lipstick. She got the rouge. She got the lipstick on. She got it all done up. And she got them chompers for me. And I said to her, I'm like, yo, did you get dressed up for me? And that was it. We didn't talk after that. But she told me she got the Miley Cyrus teeth. I'm like, oh, no shit. You got money for Miley Cyrus teeth, but you ain't got the time. You ain't got the time of day. You ain't got the time of day to help me with my relationship with my son. Nigga, what you got going on over there? You got Miley Cyrus teeth, but I haven't talked to my son in 6.5 years. What's going on there? It's all right. Thank you, Lord. You know, I had a thought that we were gonna have like a major breakthrough tonight. I think we did. Let's say it's Thursday, so we're going into Friday. Today's the humility of humility. We'll probably do a video on that tomorrow. Weather pending. And man, you know, I tried playing Dark Souls. I just couldn't do it. Again, like I just can't do it. Like it's driving me nuts that I can't find satisfaction doing anything. I mean, we do have Dune Messiah. I mean, Children of Dune. That's it. That's getting good. Well, you know, because I'm taking your advice, is to read it with the mindset that Paul Atreides is my descendant. How did Leto II know that he could wear the worms? Oh, no shit. No shit. Because when Leto II was going through his ancestral memory, he remembered when I read The Rule of Two. Darth Bane, The Rule of Two, which is when Darth Bane put those parasites on his body and it enhanced his abilities. That's totally what happened. I'm taking full credit for that. I'm letting you take full credit for that. Well, I'm taking credit in the sense that as his descendant, yeah, because I believe, you've led me to believe that Dune is based on my descendants. But we're going to take it to a whole different level because we're going to alter the future. Desert flower. Alright, that's actually a pretty cool idea. Alright, we'll get on that. I mean, I love it. I love you, my lord. I fucking love you. I love you more than everything. I love you more than myself. Alright. What happened there? Nothing. Alright. Alright, we'll talk later. We'll do this again tomorrow.